Tisztelt elnök úr, tisztelt bizottság, tisztelt európai parlamenti képviselők, tanács elnökségének nevében nagy tisztelet.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you very warmly on behalf of the Hungarian presidency, and I would also like to welcome those of you who are listening to this meeting over the internet. The priorities of the Hungarian presidency is clearly indicated in its slogan, A Stronger Europe. Now, this is, of course, or Strong Europe. We believe that this can only be achieved if we extend and deepen our cooperation simultaneously. Therefore, we need to strengthen Europe jointly. As to the goals of the Hungarian presidency, I must point out that we want to take decisions on the basis of a dialogue, and we would like to seek consensus. It is only in this way that we will be able to achieve our objectives, and I shall, in the coming months, work to establish dialogues. I know that we can make hasty progress, and this is particularly true for certain sectors, especially in the area of telecommunications. We need to take our decisions timely so that both we can remain the drivers of a fast-paced change and benefit from them in the future instead of falling behind. A strong and dynamic and consensus-seeking presidency, that is our goal. And as chairman of the Telecom Council, in the future I would like to have a strong and close relationship with the European Parliament, just as in the past. Mr. Chairman, honourable members, the programme of the Hungarian presidency is based on the European Digital Agenda adopted last year. We would like to thank the Belgian presidency for having worked in a very decisive manner and has represented our views very consistently. The digital agenda really does work for the well-being of Europe and the European citizens and for economic recovery. Therefore, the Hungarian presidency will do its utmost to contribute to its implementation. We are prepared to be active in the first digital assembly, which will be held under our presidency and bring together member states, EU institutions, citizens' representatives and industry. The Hungarian presidency will also want to make substantial progress with two legislative implementation measures which were announced in the digital agenda. The first legislative proposal is about network and information security, which is growing in importance every day. We see this both at the workplace and at home. We see that there are interconnected networks. On the other hand, the attacks against the Estonian infrastructure in 2007 has clearly shown that we're vulnerable. We need to boost trust and network security in Europe. The new proposal tabled by the Commission on the strengthening of the European Network and Information Security Agency also strives for modernisation of this organisation. We believe that through the modernisation of ENISA, we can give more trust to the privacy of users and the security of the systems. We also expect a lot from our cooperation with Mr. Chichester, the rapporteur on this matter, and we hope that we will be able to make speedy progress on these dossiers. An important part of the discussion on security and trust is the critical information infrastructure protection. In this area, in Hungary, we shall be granting importance to this, and we shall be organising a conference in Balaton, and we'd like to invite you to this important conference. During the Hungarian presidency, our second key legislative proposal in relation to these issues is the radio spectrum policy. because when available and managed and used efficiently, radio spectrum could make an important contribution to the digital single market, to fast wireless services, economic recovery, growth, high-quality jobs and long-term EU competitiveness. So it's simply the radio spectrum strategy. So we're very pleased to see that the Commission has put forward a proposal on this issue. On the 6th of January, well, on the very early on the 6th of January, we had a meeting in Budapest on this matter with the participation of Mrs. Nelly Cruz and Mr. Gunnar Hökmark. And I had the good fortune of attending too. We looked at the key elements of this proposal, and we also talked about our roadmap and the most important elements of this matter. I'm very grateful to the Belgian presidency for the work that it has done, and I hope that during the Hungarian presidency we will be able to make further steps ahead. On the 3rd of December, I also took part during the Council meeting, and again, this is an issue which we discussed in depth. This is definitely an important document, and the points of view of the ministers is very clear. And the question as to how we can do this and improve the situation, I think we need to continue our discussions on this. The Hungarian presidency will try to bring the views in the Council closer, because we need to find answers to some fundamental questions. The EU level and the Member States' point of view need to be brought together. In the year 2012, in Geneva, there will be the World Radio Communications Conference, and in the area of radio spectrum, important decisions will be taken as to where and through what services radio spectrum will be used. We need to make sure that the interests of the European Union are fully taken into account here, because apart from the digital strategy, and security and spectrum are to be seen as our key priorities in the area of telecommunications. And we are quite happy to look at further initiatives of the Commission, particularly those in the area of e-governance. I know that the Council will be taking decisions and conclusions on this matter. May I point out that the Commission will also be looking at the roaming services and the developments in this area in the European Union. This needs to be discussed at the moment, and we are open to looking into this matter so that we can take steps ahead. Another subject I'd like to mention is something that is very close to the heart of the European Parliament, the IGF, the Internet Governance Forum. I'm sure that you are happy with the positive outcome of the UN negotiations and that you have taken note of these. The EU presidency has prepared and committed to the European satellite navigation programs. I know that this is a subject which is discussed in different committees of the European Parliament. The European Commission presented its midterm review on the 18th of January. And of course, the discussion of this subject will be put on the agenda. And we hope that by March we will be able to draw the necessary conclusions, or Council be able to draw the conclusions on this matter. We're also looking very carefully at the work of the European Parliament and the work of Mr. Gramek on this question. This brings me to the Next issue, the draft decision on Galileo Public Regulated Services, PRS. The work that was started under the Belgian presidency will be continued by the Hungarian presidency. We hope that we will be able to bring the views of Council closer together. I know that in the Transport Council there has been a discussion on this, and I know that in ITRE committee you've addressed this issue too. Honourable members, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to working together with you with the aim of boosting the information society in Europe, and I hope that in this way we will be able to increase the well-being of the citizens of the European Union. This is our task and this is our endeavour. Thank you very much, and I am interested in listening to your questions.